Hello one and all, this is my review of My Hero Academia, Chapter 259, A Quiet Beginning. And that title on its own is absolutely freaking terrifying, but more so is the title page. As best I can tell, that is the new house Endeavor built for his children. And we see Natsu, Fuyumi, and I'm guessing that's Natsu's mouse-quirked girlfriend, as best I can tell. Hard to say. But Horikoshi showing this is concerning, very, very concerning. Because to me, it seems like he's foreshadowing something moving forward, like in the next chapter, the one after that. That house can be attacked by Dobby. He's gonna, try to destroy it to get revenge on Endeavor, something. I just feel like this is gonna end up becoming a target down the road, and he's just showing us now, oh, this is what the house looks like now, but wait till I'm done with it. Moving on. Maruto Shiga, quirkless. Which I really don't think he is. I mean, seriously, this dude was partners with All For One for years. Kind of assuming he has at least a quirk by this point. I mean, his whole research is on quirks. He promoted community-based medicine rooted in quirks. And he's been researching quirks with All For One all this time, so yeah. Very good chance he has 5 or 6 or 30 quirks under his sleeve at this point. I mean, it could also be possible, he just realized the Nomu would be his quirks, uses them, and heck, he might even have one in his coat pocket for all I know. But we definitely should not underestimate this old man. It is also very, very, very concerning that he set up orphanages and nursing homes nationwide, all through partnerships with his hospital. Oh, that is bad. That is so very, very bad. Orphanages and nursing homes. That means he had the full ability and power to go into those orphanages, steal the quirks from all the children, and then just say, oh, what do you know? This child was born quirkless. Or just, go into the nursing home, steal quirks from the elderly as they're dying, and then add them to his collection. So all in all, very, very terrifying thing. But really, though, I feel like the people who work with him should have noticed some red flags. One thing, those glasses are really creepy. But for another thing, there is an off-limits area of the hospital that only he has access to, and the only way to get there is to go in through the morgue. That didn't alarm anyone. That didn't make anyone think, this dude might be into necrophilia. Or, this dude might be using these bodies for some illegal experiments or something. I mean, if I worked for this guy, I'd probably be like, you know what? This guy is probably doing some awful stuff down there, but I'm sure he's doing it for the greater good, so I'm not going to say anything about it, but other people would definitely have concerns. Other people would definitely have issues with that. Alright, anyway, so they finally know it's definitely 100% him when they get a picture of an itty-bitty Nomu. This thing's absolutely freaking terrifying. And his ears look like noses. I think I can actually see his brain sticking out from his skull, and there's a spinal cord coming out from the back of his body. It looks like it's supposed to be his tail. None of this is normal. None of this should exist. If I saw this thing in nature, I would kill it. I'm not a killer. Could never take a life. If I saw this, though, I would murder it. It's also wearing sneakers. Why is it wearing sneakers? Why? Anyway, then we flash over to the Paranormal Liberation Army's front's mansion, and a whole bunch of heroes and a few students are there. I love Fat Gum mussing the dude's hair. That's absolutely adorable. And Mushroom Girl's wondering, okay, but why exactly are we here? We're students. Though it makes quite a bit of sense for her to be here at least, because her quirk is absolutely freaking terrifying. I mean, they should seriously thank the gods she is not a villain. She can literally fill a person's lungs with mushrooms. That is terrifying. And then there are these two, who they say are just going to be there for the first stage of the operation. I mean, I get the one dude, he makes electricity, he can short out the generator something somehow. What's Tokoyami doing here? I mean, seriously, yes, his quirk is powerful. It is ridiculously, stupidly powerful, especially, when he goes full rage mode, but he doesn't really do anything that the other heroes can't do right now, except being a little extra muscle, so not sure what he's doing here. The rest of Class 1A and Class 1B are off in the distance. So I'm guessing these guys are like the rear guard. If any of the villains break past the main heroes, these guys are going to pick up the slack and take them out. I do love this moment with Endeavor here. Was it him who figured out it was this hospital? Where is he and what's he up to now? That's classified for now. Not that I know who you mean by him. Seriously, this freaking spycraft back and forth. Like, we both know who you're talking about, but both have to pretend like we have no idea who we're both talking about. It's just ridiculous. But Endeavor really listened to Hawks, and I just absolutely love that. He actually listened to someone. He prepared, just like he said. He saw the danger coming. He figured out the coded message, and he did everything he could just to make sure that all these months Hawks sacrificed working undercover weren't in vain, weren't wasted. Though we still don't know if Hawks actually killed Best Jeanist yet, so that's a whole other problem right there. We'll see about that. I still don't think he did. Anyway, then we flash over to downtown, and everyone's like, wait a minute. Where are all the heroes? They all just disappeared. Which is, basically how the 2 chapters ago ended. Like, on that day, all the heroes disappeared. I'm like, oh god, is that bad? Is that good? Is this the operation? Does it mean they were all captured? Does it mean they were all killed? What's going on? Thankfully, it was just them all, leaving for the operation. And Slide and Ghost is looking back and forth like, something is definitely wrong here. Only to be put into a freaking headlock and told, you're the only one out of the loop, you backstabbing liberation nut. Which I just absolutely love, the absolute look of shock and horror on his face right here. Though his name is Slide and Go, his quirk literally lets him slide. I have a feeling like he could get out of this headlock fairly easily, just saying. And then while Endeavor's group breaks into the hospital to go after the Nomu army, Burnin and all the remaining members of Class 1A and 1B and at least one of the third years are there to give backup. Well, not so much backup as just evacuate the civilians and to protect them if any of the Nomu go crazy and wild. I mean, there's a fairly good chance that in the next chapter, the doctor's just going to press a button under his coat and every Nomu is suddenly going to break free and start destroying everything within a 10-mile radius. That's very likely. And then Endeavor seems to arrest the doctor, and he looks very terrified, and none of this is what I was expecting. I mean, seriously, according to doctors, Shigaraki won't be ready for another month, so I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna keep that from happening. And just the look of horror on the doc's face tells me he doesn't really have a plan to go up against Endeavor. Like, he doesn't have a Nomu he can call in 10 seconds to come out and who's capable of beating Endeavor. So, really not sure. I mean, this is the huge, war, the battle, everything. And yet, it feels like it's going too well for the heroes. It feels like they have too good of an advantage right here. I mean, there's still a possibility there is a, UA trader who informed him all this, and this is the doctor acting like, oh, I'm so surprised you caught me. Or the doctor's body double. That'd make no sense, because he's actually thinking about Shigaraki right here, right now. So that wouldn't make any sense either, but I don't know. It feels like it's going too well. I mean, yeah, the other heroes have to fight, the whole Paranormal Liberation Front army, but I feel like that'd be like a fairly even match. It wouldn't be like some big, horrible catastrophe, them going against one another. I mean, if Redestro joins the fight and he goes like full 100% stress mode again, yeah, that'd probably be something they'd have a hard time stopping, but not impossible, especially, with all the heroes fighting together like that. Just really not sure what to expect. I mean, here over at the hospital, you have like all the other heroes and, Deku and Bako, most of Class 1A and 1B, to go against any Nomu that pop up, so I'm just really not sure. And here we have, most of the heroes, and Deku and Bako, the rest of Class 1A and 1B, to fight against any Nomus that might pop up. I mean, like I said, best case for the doctor right here is just to press a button that goes, releasing all Nomu, and then just escape during the insanity of it all, but I mean, he looks genuinely terrified, genuinely afraid right here, right now, like he wasn't expecting this, like he has no plan to escape right here. I guess they can also do the thing where it's like, oh, Shigaraki woke up a month early. Wow, his will is so great and strong. I didn't expect that. But that would just feel really cheap and iffy right now. I mean, I guess it would make sense if, the doctor woke up Shigaraki early before he, finished the procedure. Before he was, fully destruction for all and he was, partly destruction for all. He doesn't have as much control as they'd want, but he's still way more powerful than he used to be. And he's still, easily able to wipe out this entire city, which is, a flick of his wrist or something. Then I guess that would make certain sense. Oh no, I'm just walking away from this chapter very, very confused. But let me think else down below. Does the doctor have a backup plan? What's going to happen when they attack the mansion? Do you think that first page, the title page, showing Endeavor's kids in their new home, is foreboding of something terrible and evil about to happen right down the road? Let me think all down below. Be sure to like and subscribe to the next video. And until then, peace!